Hello there, I am Tommy Taco, and welcome back to the New York Yankees franchise. I just played a game. It was my 10th of the season game against the Minnesota Twins, bringing my record in the games that I start to 7-3. Let's take a look at the box score, which was from May 27th, the last game I played. Pick up a 3-1 Yankees victory over the Twins. The Twins could only muster 2 hits, one of which was a solo home run by Mitch Garver. The Yankees got 5 hits and 3 runs and got home runs from Michael Tauchman and Aaron Hicks for the 3-1 victory. Jose Barrios takes the loss. He didn't pitch too bad. 7 innings, 11 Ks, giving up all 5 hits and 3 earned runs. So tough luck loser there. Garrett Cole was masterful. 8 innings, 12 strikeouts, only giving up the 2 hits and the solo home run to Garver. Aroldis Chapman came in and looked like his dominating old self. Hopefully that continues. He pitched 1 inning and struck out the side for the 3-1 Yankees victory. Now we will be quick managing these 3 games and the last game of May, which happens to be right here against the Angels. We'll quick manage to then wrap up the month. Then I will do a summary of the season up to this point at June 1st. And that's how we're going to do it. We'll go right into the quick manage here. Be sure to pay attention. The first place Yankees and the first place Twins here from the Bronx. Severino versus former Dodger Kenta Maeda. For the Yankees, let's see. We'll give Kratz the day off. He hasn't played too bad. Gardner is cold, but we got to get him rolling. He's the only one who isn't really hitting in the lineup, so we want to get him rolling. His defense and speed is valuable, so we want that bat to heat up. We'll bat him 8th. We'll bat Tauchman 2nd. He's had a good season so far. So here we go into the quick manage with LeMahieu, Tauchman, Torres, Stanton, Hicks, Voit, Urshela, Brett Gardner, and Kyle Higashioka. Coming up next.
Play ball.
Marwin Gonzalez leading off for the Twins, followed by Polanco and Cruz versus Severino, who's 5-1 with a 2.64 this year. ERA this season. Gonzalez singles and is erased on a double play by Polanco. Cruz singles.
That hit him.
Sano singles, followed by a Mitch Garver hit by pitch, and the bases are juiced with 2 outs here in the first off of the Yankees' Luis Severino. Rosario at the dish, and he strikes out, so Sevy gets out of it. Bottom of the first for the Bronx Bombers now, starting with LeMahieu, Tauchman, and Torres. Tauchman walks. Been nothing doing there for the Yanks. Top of the second, starting with Donaldson, Kepler, and Buxton. Max Kepler goes big fly with a 1-out home run and gives the Twins a 1-0 lead. And that's all they'll get. Bottom of the second for the New York Yankees now, starting with the cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. Luke Voit with a 2-out double. Urshela batting. He walks. Let's see if Brett Gardner can snap out of his little funk here, batting 198 on the season. And he hits into a fielder's choice and in the inning. So nothing doing for the Yanks in the second. Top of the third now for the Twins, starting with the 2-hole hitter, Polanco. A 2-out single from the cleanup hitter, Sano. And he's left stranded as Mitch Garver is retired. 0 for the Twins in the third. Bottom of 3 now for the Yankees, starting with the 9-hole hitter, Kyle. He strikes out. LeMahieu strikes out. And Tauchman is retired. 1-0 Twins after 3. Top of 4, Twins batting Rosario, Donaldson, and Kepler. Back-to-back singles by Donaldson and Kepler. 1 out and 2 on for Byron Buxton. He strikes out, and Marwin Gonzalez flies out. So Severino gets out of trouble in the 4th. Bottom 4 for the Bombers. Torres, Stanton, and Hicks due up. Torres walks and is erased on a double play, and then Aaron Hicks, he goes big fly and ties the ball game 1-1. Luke Voigt singles with 2 outs. Then G.R.R. Schilla goes big fly, and the Yankees now lead 3-1. Brett Gardner singles. Let's hit and run with Kyle. He lines out, but we had the right idea. After 4, Bombers lead 3-1 on 2 home runs. Top 5 now for the Twins. The 2, 3, 4 batters in the lineup due up. Polanco walks, and he's left stranded. Bottom of the 5th now for the New York Yankees, starting with the leadoff hitter LeMahieu, followed by Tauchman and Torres. LeMahieu doubles, and Tauchman doubles, and the Yankees take a 4-1 lead. And now Maeda will be replaced by Homer Bailey, facing Torres. He flies out, but Stanton singles in a run, and it's 5-1 New York. Aaron Hicks now up with 1 out. He strikes out. Voigt singles, so there's 2 outs and 2 on for Gio Urshela with Homer Bailey on the bump. And he doubles in 2 more runs, and the floodgates are open. 7-1 Yankees. Gardner doubles. Oh, everybody's getting in on it now. What do you got, Kyle? He'll be facing Fernando Romero, and he grounds out to end the inning. But the Yankees get 5 more runs and lead 8-1. Top of 6 for the Twins now, starting with Rosario, Donaldson, and Kepler.
Ball 4, take the base.
Donaldson walks, and Kepler doubles him in. 8-2 now, New York. Buxton doubles. Now it's 8-3 New York. Sevy's energy is a little under half. Let's see how he responds. 1 out, top of the order for the Twins. Marwin Gonzalez, single, and he singles in a run. Oh boy, 8-4 now, Yanks. Do we keep Severino in? Yeah. And he gets a double play, so I show a little confidence, and he gets the job done. But the Twins push across 3 runs and now trail New York 8-4. Yankees batting, bottom of 6, starting with LeMahieu. The Yankees are retired in the 6th with nothing doing there. Top of 7 now for the Twins, the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Cruz, Sano, and Garber. Severino still in there. Yeah, and he gets it done. So bottom of 7 now for the Yankees, starting with Stanton, followed by Hicks and Voigt, Fernando Romero. Hicks walks. Nothing doing there. Top of the 8th now, Severino. We're going to take him out. A job well done. Not his best performance, but I'll take it. Let's see. We'll bring in... Got 2 lefties coming up. Why not? Little Zach Britton. And he strikes out 2 and gets a ground out to get out of the inning. 8-4 Yankees batting in the bottom of the 8th now. Gardner leading off, followed by Kyle and LeMahieu. Gardner singles. Kyle pops out. A LeMahieu single. Now we have runners at first and second with 1 out for Michael Tauchman. He singles. However, the run does not score, which leaves it 2 outs and 2 on for Giancarlo Stanton. Or Gleyber Torres, excuse me. The Twins respond with Sergio Romero. And Torres grounds out. Top of 9 now for the Yankees. Buxton will be leading off, followed by switch hitters Gonzalez and Polanco. We're going to change pitchers. We are going to end it with Tommy Kahnle. So Kahnle into pitch. 8-4 Yanks, top of the ninth here in the Bronx. Kahnle in to shut it down. Strikes out Buxton. Gonzalez flies out. Polanco with a 2-out single. I do believe Mr. Polanco is the league's leading hitter. 2 outs and a runner at first for Nelson Cruz. He singles. 2 outs, 2 on for Sano now. And Kahnle gets out of it, and the Yankees have defeated the Twins 8-4. Severino picking up the win, going 6-1 on the season so far. Kenta Maeda 1-5 on the season with a .564. Player of the game, Gio Urshela, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, a home run, 4 ribbies, a double, and a walk. That'll do it for that game. Here we go now. We're going out to Anaheim. James Paxton versus Ohtani. Quick manage here. Clear skies at Angel Stadium. The lefty James Paxton 8-0 on the season versus Ohtani, excuse me. Let's see. Who needs a day off? We'll give Glaber the day off. We will give... We're going to put Stanton in the outfield today. Actually... Where do we want Gardner? You know what? There we go. Okay. LeMahieu, Judge, Hicks, Andujar, Voit, Urshela, Gardner, Kratz, and Estrada coming up next.
Let's play ball.
Here we are in Anaheim. LeMahieu leading off.
Ball 4, take the base.
Ohtani's 1-5 on the season with a 4.40 ERA. He walks Judge. Hicks flies out. And then Miguel Andujar, who's DHing today, takes Ohtani deep with a 2-run shot, and the Yankees lead 2-0. Luke Voit strikes out to end the inning, but the Yankees pick up 2 in the top of the first. Angels now batting off of James Paxton, who's 8-0 with a 1.83 ERA, 91 strikeouts on the season, facing the leadoff hitter Andrelton Simmons, followed by Fletcher and Rendon. A 1-2-3 inning there. Top of the second now for the Bombers, leading off Urshela with Gardner and Kratz to follow. And they are retired. No runs in the top of the second. Bottom of the second now for the Los Angeles Angels. Mike Trout at the dish, followed by Upton and LaStella. He walks. Upton singles. LaStella now off the lefty, facing Paxton. He singles and knocks in a run, and the Yankees have their lead cut in half, 2-1. Pujols batting. A sacrifice bunt. All right. Albert sacrificing himself for the team, setting up the catcher Castro, who has 10 homers on the season. He strikes out, but Hermosillo singles and ties the game. So now it's 2-2. Paxton in a little bit of trouble here. 2 outs, runners at the corners for leadoff hitter Andrelton Simmons. And he flies out to end the inning. But the Angels respond 2-2 after 2. Top of 3 now, batting Estrada, the 9-hole hitter.
Ball 4, take the base.
He walks, turns it over to the top of the order. LeMahieu strikes out. Judge flies out, and Hicks strikes out. So nothing doing there for the Yanks. Bottom 3 now for the Angels with Fletcher, the 2-hole hitter, leading off.
3. Ball 4. Take the base.
A 2-out walk issued to Mike Trout. That'll bring up Justin Upton. And he doubles to knock in Trout. And the Angels take a 3-2 lead. Then Paxton settles down and gets La Stella to fly out. But the Angels pick up another run and lead 3-2. Top of 4 now for the Bombers. Andujar leads off the inning with a double, batting 4th today. Urshela reaches on an error. Runner at the corners now for the 7-hole hitter, Brett Gardner, whose average is up to 213 now. He hits into a fielder's choice. He is now at first base. Andujar at third. 2 outs for Eric Kratz. And he grounds out to end the inning. Bottom 4 now for the Angels. Pujols leading off with a ground out. Castro walks and is erased on a double play. Top of 5 now for the Bombers. Estrada leading off with a strikeout. Back to the top of the order. LeMahieu walks. And then the 3-hole hitter, Aaron Hicks, goes big fly, and the Yankees take a 4-3 lead. Andujar batting now. Ohtani's still in the game. He walks. 2 outs for Voit now with a runner at first. A pitching change. Jamie Barria is now in the game. 2-1 with a 4.87 ERA. He promptly walks Voit to bring Urshela to the plate, who flies out. But the Yankees take the lead 4-3. Top of the 5th now for the Angels, starting with the leadoff hitter, Andrelton Simmons, a 277 batter this year, who grounds out. Fletcher singles, and he's erased on a double play. So the Yankees maintain their lead 4-3 after 5. Brett Gardner now batting off of Barria.
Ball 4. Take the base.
Gardner and Kratz fly out. Estrada walks, bringing up LeMahieu with 2 outs. And he strikes out. James Paxton now still in the bottom of the 6th. He'll be facing Trout, Upton, and La Stella. Ground out and strikeout to start the inning. Can he get the lefty batter, La Stella? No, he cannot. A double by La Stella. Paxton's energy's getting down there, and Pujols at the dish. I think it's time to get James out of there. We're going to go with a little Adam Adamito.
Ball 4. Take
He
the base.
walks Pujols to bring up Jason Castro now. 2 outs, runners at first and second. And he flies out to end the inning. 4-3 Yanks after 6. Top of the 5th batting now, the 2-hole hitter, Aaron Judge, followed by Hicks and Andujar. 3 ground outs, and the Yankees in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th now, starting with the 9-hole hitter for the Angels, Michael Hermosillo. He strikes out. Simmons strikes out. Fletcher walks with 2 outs, and now Ottavino is facing Rendon with 2 outs and a runner at first. And he gets him to pop up to end the inning. 4-3 Yankees after 7. Top of the 8th now, the 5-hole hitter, Voit, who will be followed by Urshela and Gardner. 2 flyouts by Voit and Urshela. Gardner at the dish now. And he pops up. So nothing doing there for the Yankees in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th now for the Angels. Do we leave Ottavino in? Let's give it a shot. Gets Mike Trout to ground out. Upton to strike out. And La Stella to fly out. Well done by Ottavino. As he puts a goose egg up on the board for the Angels in the 8th. Top of the 9th now. Here in Anaheim, the Bombers batting, starting with the 8-hole hitter, Eric Kratz, who has 3 home runs on the season. He'll be followed by Estrada and back to the top of the order with LeMahieu. Barria gets Kratz to ground out, Estrada to pop out, and LeMahieu to fly out. So well done by Barria in relief for the Angels today. Now Ottavino, we are not going to roll the dice anymore. We are going to bring in the closer, Aroldis Chapman, who has 10 saves on the season and looked excellent in his last outing, striking out the side and picking up the save. He's at full strength and will be facing Pujols, Castro, and Hermosillo, attempting to get his 11th save on the season, and here we go. And Pujols leads off the inning with a double. Then they put Marsh in to pinch run rather for Pujols. Chapman walks Castro. Gets a pop out from the 9-hole hitter. Back to the top of the lineup now. Simmons, 1 out, runners at first and second. He flies out. Now runners at the corner for David Fletcher, who's batting .261 on the season with no home runs. He'll be facing Chapman, trying to nail this down for the Yankees. Can Chapman do it? Taylor Ward steals second. Chapman better go right after Fletcher here, because the big boys are coming, and Rendon, Trout, and Upton. Chapman, here's the pitch, and gets him to ground out, and the Yankees have defeated the Angels 4-3. Paxton picking up his 9th win on the season. Aroldis Chapman saved number 11. Ohtani with his 6th loss on the year. Miguel Andujar was the player of the game. He went 2 for 3 with a run scored, a home run, 2 ribbies, a double, and a walk. Well done. May 30th, back in Anaheim. Looks like Tanaka and Haney. Haney, a lefty for the Angels. Looks like there's rain in the forecast today. Tanaka, the lefty Haney. Let's see here. Definitely have Judge in against the lefty. Okay, here. We'll put Kyle back in. That'll do it for today. Here we go with LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Stanton, Hicks, Andujar, Voit, Urshela, and Kyle Higashioka against the lefty Andrew Haney in Anaheim. Coming up next. LeMahieu leading it off against Haney, who's 7-4 with a 3.76 ERA on the season. He flies out. Judge reaches out an error, and then Gleyber Torres takes Haney. Big fly, and the Yankees lead 2-0. Stanton batting now, playing left field today. He singles. Hicks strikes out, and Andujar flies out, but the Yankees pick up 2 runs in the top of the first. Bottom of the first now for the Angels. Simmons followed by Fletcher and Rendon. And they're retired in order. 2-0 Bombers after the first. Top of the second now. Bombers Luke Voit leading off the innings from the 7-hole. He is DHing today. He'll be followed by Urshela and Kyle. A single for Voit, who Urshela grounds into a double play. Kyle gets a single. Now 2 outs and a runner at first for the leadoff hitter, LeMahieu. And he strikes out. Nothing doing there for the Yankees in the second. Bottom of the second for the Angels, rather. Trout leading off against Tanaka. And the Angels go down 1-2-3. Top of the third now for the Yankees, starting with Judge, followed by Torres and Stanton. Torres singles. There's 2 outs. And Stanton is on first as he grounded into a fielder's choice. Hicks will be batting with 2 outs against Andrew Haney. And he strikes out. Bottom of the third now for the Angels. Castro followed by Pujols and Marsh.
First base.
A 2-out hit by pitch. Marsh is on first base. Tanaka now 2 outs facing Simmons. Simmons singles, runners at first and second with 2 outs. And Tanaka gets out of it. Top of 4, Bombers, Andujar, Voit, and Urshela due up.
Ball 4. Take the base.
2 flyouts and a walk. That'll bring up Kyle with 2 outs.
Take the base. Ball 4.
He walks. Now we have LeMahieu at the dish with 2 out and 2 on facing Haney. And he singles, which will load the bases for Aaron Judge, who has 16 home runs on the season. Let's see what he could do off of Haney. And he hits it to a fielder's choice to end the inning. Top of the bottom 4 rather for the Angels, Rendon, Trout, and La Stella.
Ball 4. Take the base. Keep base.
Rendon walks and steals second. And then Trout doubles him in, cutting the Yankee lead in half as the Bombers hold on to a 2-1 lead. La Stella batting now. He singles in a run, and the Angels have tied the ball game at 2. Upton batting. La Stella at first, no outs. Fly out and a strikeout by Upton and Castro. Pujols batting now off of Tanaka. And he grounds out to end the inning, but the Angels, they tie the game at 2. Top of the 5th now. Starting with Torres, batting third, followed by Stanton and Hicks. Haney still in the game and gets 2 pop-outs and a fly-out. Nothing doing for the Yankees in the 5th. Angels batting, starting with the 9-hole hitter Marsh. A 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 6th now for the Bombers, starting with the 6-hole hitter Andujar, followed by Voit, Urshela, and Kyle Higashioka. Andujar strikes out. Voit singles. Urshela singles. Runners at the corners now for Kyle.
Your attention, please.
And Matt Andriese, the former Tampa Bay Ray and Arizona Diamondback, will face Kyle with 1 out. Kyle pops out, and LeMahieu strikes out. And the game remains tied. Bottom of 6, 3, 4, 5. Rendon, Trout, La Stella for the Angels. And Tanaka strikes out Rendon and Trout and gets La Stella to fly out. Well done, Tanaka. Looking solid through 6. Top of 7 now for the Bronx Bombers. The 2, 3, 4-hole batters for the Yankees due up. Judge and Torres are retired. Stanton walks with 2 outs. He's at first for Aaron Hicks, who flies out. 2-2. Angels batting, bottom of the 7th, with Upton, Castro, and Pujols. Tanaka still in the game. His energy is not too bad and gets it done. So top of the 8th now for the Yankees. Andujar, Voit, and Urshela. Andriese is still in the game, and he gets a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of 8 now for the Angels. The 9-hole hitter Marsh, followed by Simmons and Fletcher. Marsh grounds out, as does Simmons, and Fletcher is retired. So 8 strong innings from Masahiro Tanaka. Kyle Higashioka now batting against Matt Andriese. In the top of the 9th, he grounds out. LeMahieu grounds out. And Judge grounds out. So Tanaka, I don't want to extend him. He pitched well, gave us 8 strong innings. Tie game in this scenario. I am going to... Two big righties coming up in Rendon and Trout. I'm going to go with Chad Green. Green 1-2 on the year with a 3.42.
Take your man.
He walks Rendon to lead off the ninth.
Your attention, please.
Hermosillo is entered the game at first base to pinch run. And then Mike Trout walks it off, and the Angels have defeated the Yankees 4-2. Matt Andriese improves to 6-1 on the season. Chad Green takes the loss. He is now 1-3. The player of the game is Mike Trout, who was 2 for 4 with 2 runs, a home run, 3 RBIs, a double, as he walks off the Yankees for the 4-2 victory. Okay, on to May 31st. This game will conclude this session. It'll be Montgomery on the bump for the Yanks. Griffin Canning on the bump for Los Angeles. Clear skies here in Anaheim. The lefty Montgomery, 2-3. Oh, well, they must have changed pitchers. Felix Pena is now scheduled to pitch, who is 6-1 with a 271. All right, Hicks is going to need a day off. So we will put in Judge. We gotta switch around Judge and Talkman. We're gonna give Gio the day off. We'll give DJ LeMahieu the day off. And that's how we're going to do it today here in Anaheim. Gardner, Judge, Torres, Stanton, Andujar, Voit, Tachman, Kratz, and Tyler Wade at second. We will skip that. We will skip that as well. I should have skipped all. Here we go. Top of the first now for the Bombers. Gardner leading off today for New York against Felix Pena, 6-1 with a 2.71 ERA. Brett Gardner only batting 209, hoping to get it going. And he leads off the game with a single. And we steal second, so now there's a runner in scoring position for Aaron Judge. He grounds out. Torres singles in Gardner, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Stanton batting with Torres at first, and 1 out. He walks. Andujar strikes out, as does Voit, but the Yankees get a run on the board. 1-0. Angels batting, bottom of the first. Simmons, Fletcher, and Rendon facing Montgomery, who's 2-3 with a 4.14 ERA, 57 strikeouts in 63 innings. Simmons, 273 on the year. He flies out, as does Fletcher, and Rendon pops out. 1-0 Yankees after 1. Top of the second now for the Yankees. Tachman grounds out. Kratz flies out, and the 9-hole hitter, Tyler Wade, comes to bat, and he strikes out. Nothing doing for the Yankees there. Bottom of the second for the Angels, starting with the cleanup hitter, Trout. And he goes big fly again and ties the game 1-1. Justin Upton batting now. Jordan Montgomery, he grounds out. La Stella singles and steals second with 27 speed and 2 steal rating. Wonderful. Tremendous even. Pujols now batting. He flies out. Castro walks. Hermosillo pops up. But the Angels get a run, and the score is tied at 1 after 2. Top of the order for the Yankees here in the third. Aaron Judge, after Gardner strikes out, Judge hits a solo shot, and the Bombers take a 2-1 lead. Torres singles. He's at first with 2 outs. Andujar at the dish, and he flies out to end the inning. But the Yankees get a run on the solo home run from Aaron Judge. Top of the order for the Angels here in the third. A single from Simmons, and he is caught stealing. Baseball is a funny sport, I tell you. Fletcher now batting. He walks. Rendon flies out. Now Mike Trout, who's homered in his last 2 at-bats, will be at the plate with Fletcher at first and 2 outs. He walks. It's probably not such a bad thing, but that'll bring up Justin Upton, who's having a good season in his own right with 11 homers. And he singles in a run, and now the game is tied at 2. Can LaStella give the Angels a lead here in the third inning? He flies out to end the inning. 2-2 after 3. Top of 4 for the 6-hole hitter Voit, followed by Tauchman and Kratz. And 3 straight groundouts do in the Yankees in the fourth. Bottom of the fourth for the 7-hole hitter Pujols, followed by Castro and Hermosillo. Pujols singles. Is left on base, and after 4 innings, still tied at 2. Yankees batting bottom of the order with Wade to lead off the 5th. He walks. Gardner strikes out. Judge walks. Now we have 2 on with 1 out for the 3-hole hitter Torres. He hits into a fielder's choice. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for Giancarlo Stanton, who's batting .252 on the year with 13 home runs. And he triples in 2 runs, a triple from Giancarlo, and it's 4-2 Yanks. Andujar is retired, but the Yankees pick up 2 runs on the 2-run triple from Stanton and lead 4-2. Bottom of the 5th now for the Angels. The .253 batting David Fletcher's at the dish. Mike Trout now batting with 2 outs. He is batting .348 with 17 homers and 52 ribbies. Oh, and 4 steals as well. But Montgomery gets him to ground out. 4-2 Yankees after 5. Top of 6, starting with Voit, followed by Tauchman and Kratz. Jamie Barria comes into the game now. He gives up a 1-out single to Tauchman. Nothing doing there. Bottom of the 6th now for the Angels. Upton, LaStella, and Pujols versus Montgomery. We need to watch his energy. He seems to throw a lot of pitches. He gets 2 flyouts and a strikeout. So 4-2 Yankees after 6. Top of the 7th, starting with the top of the order for the Yankees now. Gardner grounds out. Judge strikes out, and then a 2-out double by Torres. That'll bring Stanton to the plate against Jamie Barria, and he flies out. Montgomery pitching in the bottom of the 7th now after the Yankees failed to score in the 7th. Bottom 7. The 8-hole hitter Castro due up, followed by Hermosillo and Simmons. A line out, a fly out, and another fly out. Montgomery has gone 7 innings. Yankees batting now. Andujar, top of 8. He pops up, but Luke Voit goes big fly, and the Bombers now lead 5-2. Tauchman now batting with 1 out. He grounds out, but Kratz singles. Tyler Wade batting with 2 outs and a runner at first, and he strikes out. Jordan Montgomery, we're going to call it a day for him. We are going to bring in Tommy Kahnle in this scenario to face 3 lefty batters. Actually, there's 4 in a row. Fletcher, Rendon, Trout, and Upton. The meat of this dangerous Angels lineup. Let's see how Kahnle does with his .250 ERA and 31 strikeouts in 18 innings. He picks up strikeout 32 on Fletcher, but then gives up a solo home run to Rendon, and it's 5-3 New York. Trout coming to the plate now. He strikes out, and Upton strikes out. So Canely settles down and gets out of it. Bombers now, top of the ninth, top of the order. Brett Gardner batting off of Baria. He grounds out, but Judge walks, sending Torres to the plate, and he promptly hits into a double play. So this looks like a job for Aroldis Chapman. Canely pitched the eighth. He could get a hold. If Chapman nails this down, he's at full energy. And he'll be facing two lefties, Listella and Castro, with Pujols sandwiched in between them. Let's see if Chapman can nail it down. Listella now batting. He leads off the ninth with a single. Pujols comes to the plate. He singles. 2 on and no outs for the lefty Jason Castro.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now running at second base.
The Angels put in
Brandon
March as a pinch hitter, or pinch runner rather.
Pinch running at first.
And Taylor Ward comes into the game to pinch run as well. So the Angels have a little bit of speed on the base pass to put some added pressure on Aroldis. Let's see if he can get it done. He walks Castro. Boy, we're going to make this interesting, aren't we? All right. Here we go. And Chapman walks in a run. You gotta love that. So no outs. Simmons at the plate now. And he doubles, and the Angels have defeated the Yankees 6-5. I just threw up in my mouth. Chapman gets lit up like a Christmas tree again. The Angels win 6-5 in the bottom of the ninth, defeating Chapman and the Yankees. Jamie Baria, 3-1 on the season, picks up the win. Chapman falls to 0-3. His ERA is now 8.47. Blows another save. It says he's not injured. I don't know what's going on there. Player of the game is Anthony Rendon, 1 for 4, a run, a home run, and a ribby. So that will conclude the quick managed session, and we went 2-2 in those 4 games. That will bring us right into June 1st. The next episode will be a summary of the season so far. We'll look at standings and league leaders. I hope to see you on that broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. That'll do it for today. Take care.